Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
So finally got that snow overnight. It was funny yesterday. I swear to God, originally the snow was supposed to start yesterday at 3 or 4 in the morning. Then it was, as we rolled along through the morning show, of course, it did not start overnight yesterday. Then it was 9 a.m. And I was oh, wait a minute, the snow will start at 11 a.m. By the time I got home yesterday, it was 8 o'clock tonight, the snow will start.
I told you it was coming, though.
And
The
you-
knee,
yeah, you
my
did
knee
confirm.
was acting up
Joe
during
did
the
say,
day.
because I even said, I don't know if this is if it's ever going to happen, this snow that we're supposed to get. And then, yes, ILO confirmed the knee has been acting up. We will, in fact, get snow, and it happened overnight.
Now, that was in the city, because outside the city, the Southwest got hit. And,
I
and
saw
that-
some pictures.
Yeah, and that was starting in the morning, as we heard from people like Big N and the Dauphin area and that. So hopefully everybody's okay outside the city. Looks like there's none of that in the forecast really outside of today for a little bit. And then we've got some cooler temperatures starting up, but lots of sunshine, so that's nice.
I had to text Joe and let him know that I'm running a little late this morning because he beat me into work, and I didn't want him to where's Aubrey?
It's kind of surreal being the first one in.
Yeah.
Everything was dark, and I go, this is not.
You had to set the pace for parking.
Yeah.
You're the first person in.
Yeah.
That's stressful, I told you.
That's a big responsibility.
I was going to park in the fire lane until you got here.
With the hazards on.
Hazards on until you got here.
Well, no, I decided to snow throw. I got my little snow thrower now, and decided to do it before work, which I never do. But it was all right. You get a little exercise out there, some fresh air.
Is it loud?
No, it's battery operated.
It's battery operated. And even if it was, there's always people snow blowing first thing in the morning.
I'll tell you what, my streets were sanded this morning.
Your
Over the
residential
front.
streets?
Yes.
What?
I'm telling you.
Your
And
neighborhood man.
I think it's Bayview Construction that has the contract out in my area. Those guys are the best. The snow had just finished. There was no more snow falling. And all the intersections had sand.
Wow.
The parking lot here on
done.
Scurfield was done too. That was
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah,
nice.
those are private contracts, though.
Yeah.
It's
No, I know.
It was always funny when you'd be going to work during a storm, and if you drove by a mall or something, there was the tractors and clearing out the snow in the mall, but the
Yes.
streets were terrible.
When I first moved to Winnipeg, I used to always joke that driving by the mall parking lots where they would accumulate all the snow and it would get really huge, massive piles of snow. I'm sometimes when I miss the mountains, I just drive by Polo Park Mall and I just look at the
Yeah,
snow
little
and I
snowbank.
pretend. Yeah.
Well, we got an update from Big N. Western update. We
Yeah.
did a 1 o'clock early dismissal yesterday. It wasn't a nice drive home. My phone says this morning we got 26 centimeters in total. And, of course, wind is blowing like crazy now. Highway from where I live to Dauphin is really badly drifted, and buses are canceled today. Thank you, Big N, for that update.
So they were calling for somewhere between 10 and 20 for southwest Manitoba. So, wow, 26. I'll tell you right now, the highway reports we're already getting on the Boston Pizza text line are essentially saying the same thing. Drifting and swirling snow, blowing snow, call it what you will, but you can still travel on them. But just be cautious in some spots.
Take care. What would you say? I think we got about 5 centimeters in the city overnight.
If that, yeah.
Ish. Yeah, maybe not even? Okay. All right, let us know how it is where you are, 762-555. In the meantime, Joe, go get your vehicle moved from the bus lane. That's not a good
You
look
got
for
it.
your coworkers, okay?
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
I was listening, of course, to every morning how some people react and buzz on about other drivers and that they're stupid. Well, I'm sorry, but I've been driving for a long time, and those stupid people, they just don't go away. They could be better off if you would focus on your own driving and, of course, be aware of the stupid people. Hey there, PJ K. Keep on rocking. I love listening to you guys. Yeah!
So, yeah, I mean, he's right. You're not going to get rid of bad drivers. Just be, on guard. Be defensive.
Have you ever had a conversation with somebody about traffic and anybody admitted that they're a bad driver. No. You know what I mean? Like, no one's ever said, well, I got to tell you.
I'm terrible.
I'm terrible. I'm being a hypocrite right now by criticizing this.
I drive 60 and 80s. I'm always in the passing lane driving too slow. Like
No.
No one's admitted these things.
Your partner might say differently to somebody that you're not a great driver, but no one, I don't think, has ever come clean and said in a conversation talking about bad driving.
merging. What the hell's a merge? I don't like them. I don't do them. No, it doesn't happen. This is a call a lot of people are going to relate to. The amount of subscription streaming services you have to watch hockey and sports in general.
The regional restrictions for the NHL and their viewership in Canada, that's the real gripe. I watched the Jets. They're the local team. The game ended last night, 9 p.m. Puck drop on the West Coast. Canucks, Avalanche. I'm a lifelong Canucks fan. I want to watch the team. I turn on the game on Sportsnet after turning off TSN, my first subscription for the Jets game, and I try to turn on the Canucks game, and I'm hit with, due to league restrictions, this game is not available in your region. I can't watch weekday games of my favorite team, and I already got 2 subscriptions for the NHL. I get to watch the Canucks once a week on Hockey Night in Canada. Now, mind you, I also don't get to watch the Jets on Saturday unless I have a Sportsnet subscription, because that's a Hockey Night in Canada game. The same goes for Wednesday. Mind you, if you wanted to watch the games on Monday, they're on Amazon. That's 3 subscriptions, and I still don't get to watch my favorite team play during the week. It makes no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can help. I think on Saturday nights you got to go over to Rock and Ralph's place. That's my dad's house. He doesn't have cable. He's just got the 3 channels through one of those digital antennas. You can have all the hockey nights you want. He'll even let you stay up for the doubleheader if you want, because he's gone to bed. Honestly, though, if you're a sports fan, it doesn't matter, cable, satellite, whatever you be using, you will pay more now for hockey. And it's going to probably get more expensive by the end of next year, because you're going to have a bunch of these contracts come up. And if there's other streaming companies that want to be a part of it, you know, Amazon's grabbing on. You've got Rogers, TSN. Then you need your NHL center ice. If you have another favorite team outside of the Winnipeg Jets, the only way to see all those games, hey, you've got to do it. You're a Montreal Canadiens fan. You have to have that other subscription. They're dinging us hard.
I would say NHL center ice solves a lot of the problems that gentleman was talking about. You get most, like, what do you get? Like 95% of the games of center ice?
You get all the games except your local game. So you still need to see the Jets. You still have to have Sportsnet, TSN, and Amazon. Any local team you do not get on center ice.
See, this is why I just choose not to be a sports fan, because it's expensive.
That's why.
It's stressful. It's expensive.
No, and hey, that money gets you new lashes, new nails, whatever you need.
100%.
Extensions, yeah. Okay, things could always be worse. You could work where the hooligan works.
I work for this company. I'm not going to name it. For 38 years, it's gotten worse. So, they have, security cameras throughout the building, and, big deal. So they added some other ones. So now they're calling, the guys in my department, they're calling guys in the office to say, guys are excessively talking too much. Well, it's true. Not me. I don't do that too much, But, so we had this meeting yesterday in our department, blah, blah, blah. And then, they want us to, they have cameras everywhere, and everything's computerized. They know what we're doing and this and that. And they want us for quite a while now to have a piece of paper from the office, and we get our breaks signed out by a supervisor when we go for break and when we come back. Like, you know what? I sign my own breaks. I do some BS initial, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then the thing is, yesterday after this meeting and about, excessive talk and this, that, you do have to talk when it's work related, like, for God's sake. So one supervisor, no talking. And I go, you know what? I said, I'm working and this is work related. That's how I talk to my supervisors, because that's what they deserve. And I said, is this a prison?
Can you imagine being a supervisor at these staff meetings and he puts his hand up?
God, I love that call.
Nothing that a box of donuts or muffins can't cure. That'll solve the issues between the supervisor and the hooligan.
I would not do well in that workplace.
No.
I would get fired immediately.
You'd be gone. 8 write-ups.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is very exciting. Over, under, Super Bowl trivia time. Hosted by Joe Aiello, action personified. Let's go.
So we've put together some easy football trivia because we have to keep our friend Kirby in mind. And, I'm
a huge sports analyst.
You did say some of them will be tough for me, too.
It could be.
Yeah.
Could be. But we're going to combine the two of you, Kirby. We're going to each answer one of these 6 questions. So there's 12 possible questions. We're going to set the over-under on correct answers at 8. Okay, the odds makers are saying that you and Phil combined will get at least 8 of these right. Do you believe it will be over 8 or under 8 correct? You can vote at 762-555, the Boston Pizza text line, 762-555, and some lucky winner that gets it right on the over and under will send to Landmark movie theaters, okay?
Yeah, there'll be a bunch who get it right, and then we'll just randomize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm ready. Let's go.
I am ready.
Okay, so 8. Over or under, you just need to text us right now if you think this combination of Phil Aubrey and Shalinda Kirby
Carbs,
will get over
let's
8
go.
right. Kirby? Mm-hmm. They're not all necessarily hard football questions. Some pop culture involved here.
Thank God. Okay.
Who headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in 2024?
In 2024. So that was last year.
It certainly was.
We're off to a great
So
start.
can I answer this, or she?
You will as well.
Okay.
Okay.
It was.
But if you answer for her, then she could take your answer.
Damn it. Who was it last year? My brain. It was Lamar. No, that's I was going to say Lamar Jackson.
Kendrick Lamar is
Kendrick
this year.
Lamar.
Lamar Jackson, hell of a quarterback.
Wow.
Also, he gets on stage, man. He can play an instrument
Unbelievable.
on
Okay.
lead guitar.
I don't know. I just don't know, Joe. Do you know, Phil?
I think it was Usher.
It was Usher. So we've got 1. Okay?
I'm
1.
disappointed in myself.
This one isn't going to get any easier. Kirby, what is the name of the Super Bowl trophy?
Oh, the Super Bowl trophy, like the Lombardi.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
There we go.
Phil, you knew it was the Lombardi.
Vince Lombardi trophy.
So that's
yes.
3. Okay, we got a total
okay.
of 3 correct.
I am shocked I knew
Although
that.
Bill Belichick has floated the idea, and I don't want to derail here,
No,
that
no.
they change it to the Tom Brady trophy.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
know.
think-
And everybody thought those two didn't get along.
Yeah.
It might have been his girlfriend's idea. Which Kirby is the only NFL team with a number in its name?
The San Francisco 49ers.
Phil Aubrey?
It's
your
my
favorite team.
favorite team, the 49ers.
I got to make it official.
Yeah,
This is
that's
legal.
Right. Yep,
This
yep.
is legal.
I'm doing so good now.
So we're at 5 combined out of a possible 6.
Yep.
Okay.
Kirby, this one was just crafted for you. Which 2 teams have purple uniforms?
Okay.
Because it's your favorite color.
Yes, we're gonna say the Ravens
Yes?
and the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, she is on fire. Vikings and Ravens.
Just make
yeah.
it official.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at this. 7.
This
Out of a possible
this is my
8.
kind of football questions.
Telling you, the purple people eaters and
Okay.
the Ravens.
Well, I was worried when you said trade. I said I'm not up on the trades at first.
So, Kirby, this question right here, I know Phil will know the answer, so it really comes down to you because it'll get you to 8.
Okay.
Phil makes it 9, and then we get the over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with this one. Which team became notorious for a play called the Tush Push?
oh, the Tush Push.
Yeah, I thought you'd like the name.
I like the name, but I've never heard of it before.
Hell of a movie, too.
1 or 2. Just kidding.
I like 16.
It's almost as good as the Police Academy.
Okay, so which team
Yeah.
is responsible for the Tush Push?
Yes.
I'm going to say the Packers.
Incorrect. Phil?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Now we're at 8.
Okay.
This is the deciding question, Kirby. You or Phil for the win to make it the over. Or it stays, I guess it would be a push. Someone's going to get this. Which two franchises have won the most Super Bowls, Kirby? It's not as hard as you think.
Okay. I'm going to say the Patriots
And?
the Cowboys.
That's a pretty good guess. Phil?
Patriots and Steelers?
Ding, ding, ding!
Okay, so your team.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
But you got half of it right. Very proud of you, Kirby.
did good, Kirby. You
Thank
did
you.
really
Thank
good.
you guys. I'm honestly
The
I'm
one I
shocked.
thought was a gimme was the Usher halftime show from last year because you loved
You know,
it.
I needed to get warmed up, you know?
So it's the
It's
over.
So
The
if you
over.
actually texted the over, you are going into the draw.
All I
land-
care about is
landmark
that
passes.
Tara said I slayed.
Slayed.
You did.
Kirby's out here slaying with NFL on a Thursday morning.
Go sports!
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I saw I guess it would be, if it's on Instagram, it's a reel.
Yeah.
Show up recently, and there's a dude who's like, with the amount of white noise we have in our house to allow everybody to get to sleep, like between fans and humidifiers, he basically was indicating in his own creative way, like, if we ever have a break-in or a home invasion, we would never hear the person. Like, they would be able to steal all our like on the main floor. So this was like they sleep upstairs. He's like, we would never hear them. They could break in, steal everything we own, and we wouldn't know until the morning and it made me think, like, in our house, same situation. Like, because the whole family sleeps upstairs, and we have a air purifier that's more about white noise. And then both the kids have humidifiers in their rooms because it's winter and and then my wife likes a fan in our room. There is a lot of noise going on this main floor to allow everybody to sleep. And if you ever shut them all off, it feels just ridiculously quiet, too quiet.
That is very accurate.
I want to be around when the electrical bill comes.
Are you kidding? That's like actually pretty par for the course nowadays, I feel like.
Well, that might be a bit excessive, but I think there's, like, Joe, do you have...
No.
Do you have white noise going on while you sleep, other than your CPAP?
Well, that's it.
Your CPAP?
The CPAP machine, but that's to keep me alive, not for white noise. But funny thing is,
Christy's white noise is your
yeah.
CPAP.
Yeah. To be honest, I used to fall asleep with the TV on for years. And then I just stopped doing it. And I've never relied on a fan or anything. I think just by the time I do go to sleep, I'm just like zonked. I don't.
For all 2 hours that you sleep a day.
Yeah. So like,
No wonder you pass right out.
Vampire over here.
put on the mask and go to sleep for a
Your
few
body's
hours.
like functioning on
that's
every
it.
last
That's 12
bit
minutes.
of energy.
The 12 minutes of sleep I need. Off to work.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah. So I don't.
Curbs,
don't.
what do you got going on?
Oh my God! Like you, Phil. Like I got the humidifier. I got a fan. I got the air purifier. I always fall asleep to a podcast, and it's like a murder podcast. So it's like, like if
Perfect.
While you were sleeping, murderer.
he chopped the body up. It's just like, it's just like
man.
to fall asleep to. I find it very comforting, honestly. But TV, I could never do. It's because the glow.
Right.
Like any light, I can't have any light. But sound, I have to have something. What screws me up is when I was at my brother's place and he lives in the middle of nowhere, doesn't have any fan or anything going in this house.
Oh, too much.
And there's no street noise, which I'm also
Yeah.
used to, is the ambulances and cop cars because I live downtown. And
That's not white noise anymore. You're just noise.
Well,
And then you go
it
to
is
sleep at
Saint
a place
B.
like
Like,
that.
Just to clarify, it's St. B, so it's not. You're close
It's not
to
downtown
close
Los
to
Angeles.
downtown.
Like,
There's choppers in the air. I'm just
Make
kidding.
it seem like you're in the middle of
where are you living? Manhattan.
choppers and
Okay,
sirens
well,
and crimes,
it is quite
gang
noisy.
violence outside her.
Someone on the text line is saying there's a white noise app,
Oh, well,
which there must be.
I've heard of people using that before because I've dated somebody in the past that when we stayed at a hotel, they always had to turn on this app that sounded like a fan. It wasn't it just sounded like a fan.
There's enough noise in a hotel, really? You need the app for that? Like,
I know.
oh, just stay next to the ice machine.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
75% of us will not do this on our phone.
That's a high percentage
Yeah.
right
Top
there.
3 answers available. Number 1, get you the tickets.
Hello, City.
Could I have a lifeline?
Philly or Kirby?
I'll say Kirby, please.
I'm going to say take a nude.
75% of us are not going to take a nude. I bet you the number might be higher. I don't know. Maybe lower, but it's not in the top 3, Curbs. But good answer.
Okay.
Good answer. What do you think? Do you think it would actually be higher or lower, guys, than 75%?
What percentage
taking
of
a nude
people
picture?
have nudes in their photo reel? That's a good question. I
Have
would
taken
say
one.
15%, 20%.
Have taken?
Probably.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think it's probably
Higher?
around like 30 or 40
Really,
maybe.
eh?
I don't know.
Okay.
Some people are into, you know.
Well, yeah, nobody's questioning them. We're just wondering how
yeah.
many.
It was a good answer.
Yeah. Hi, City.
Hey there, is it answering an unknown number?
That's a good one.
that's
That number
good.
should be
Yeah.
higher. No, it's not.
guess.
Not that.
So 75% of us will never do this on our phone.
Can I get a lifeline, Philly?
Sure can.
Phil Aubrey for the win.
Would I do this? Is that too early to throw that out there?
I don't think you will. I don't think you do this. It has to do with patience. Well, Kirby for sure. Kirby for sure does not do this.
She doesn't do this.
I don't think so. 75% of us will not do this on our phone. It's not a bad thing. It's just you have to be more of a patient person, I think, to do it. That's why they say they don't.
Phone a call center, a customer service.
No.
780 City, 780-2484. Good morning.
Morning. Would it be like wait in a message queue?
So you're on hold?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to make sure. No.
A lot of things have like a callback feature now, but
Yeah, true.
I don't trust the callback.
It works.
It works, yeah, but it works. Good on you for not
Yeah,
trusting the business.
no, it's okay.
They're lying to me.
You can put the phone down, let it drain down to about 22%, and listen to the same song loop.
Trust that they're gonna answer or call back.
Good morning, City.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
Would it be good? Would it be banking?
Not banking. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I bank on the phone.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I still go in.
Yeah. We
I do bank online too. I have to sometimes.
Joe in line, waiting for a teller.
What a treat to be behind you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was just, I don't know, my answer was guess really some kind of, do I have a lifeline, please?
Yeah, Philly or Kirby?
Let's go Kirby.
Curb, 75% of us are going to do this on our phone.
Mm-hmm.
Are not
going
to
to do this on our phone.
Okay.
And you said that I don't do this, Joe?
I don't think you do. Phil, I don't think Phil does either, really.
Is it?
Oh.
Girl.
I do.
know.
I do.
You do?
I do. Yeah,
Oh.
more times than not, yeah.
Is it call somebody back after they
I've texted.
texted you?
That's a joke.
Good call.
No,
Good answer.
no. That's a great answer,
darn.
but no.
I got a
Okay.
couple
Thank
buddies
you, thank
like
you.
that. Just-
75% of us will not do this on our phone.
Okay.
Hello, City.
Is it answer a video call?
No.
Oh,
That is actually a great answer.
So I will tell you this, okay?
chance.
This has to do with voicemail. 75% of us will not do this on our phone, and it has to do with voicemail, and it has to do with being patient.
hi, City.
Hey, is it listen to your voice messages?
Yeah. People aren't listening to their voicemail. They just actually call or text back the person. So if I left Kirby a message, Kirby, did you hear my message? No, I just got back to you. 75% of us
that is so true.
will not listen to the voicemail. We'll just call or text back the person and figure it out from there. We just don't want to waste the extra time when you're going to get a hold of that person anyway.
Well, we're going to talk, so what
Yes.
do I got to listen to your voicemail
Yes.
for? Yeah.
How many
yeah.
times have you said, why the hell do you leave me a voicemail anymore? Your number comes up.
Yeah.
The only person I listen to that leaves me voicemails is Howard Manshine.
Yes. Well,
Because I
that's
feel like I'm listening to the Sunday Morning Resurrection on my voicemail.
Kirby. I'm feeling blessed today. Any chance you can get back to me?
100%, yes.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Getting lots of reaction to the completely useless trivia question before 8 o'clock, and the answer wound up being, was it 75% of people will not check a voicemail? They will just return the call?
Yeah. Either text, verbally, whatever. But yeah, they're not listening. They're just going, okay, Phil, just call them.
Does it bother you if you call someone and then they text back, Joe? So let's pretend Like you called me yesterday, you pocket dialed me.
Yeah, I did.
I came out of Safeway and I'm like, hello. I just saw him at work. What does he want?
Exactly.
So I call you back.
Yeah, it was like I called you
You're
back.
like, oh, sorry, pocket dial. Aubrey, see you later.
I could have texted you that.
But what if I will do that, by the way, if I pocket dial someone, I'll
Yes.
say, hey, sorry, pocket dial.
Yes.
But what if I had to if you need to talk to someone, you call them and they don't answer, then they text you back. Hey, man, I noticed you called.
That's okay with me.
You're okay with that?
Yeah. I just tend to be driving a lot, so if I do get a message, I'll just call them back. But now in your vehicle, you can actually verbally text with CarPlay.
Yeah.
I use that all the time.
Yeah, I hate it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, I'd rather just, yeah.
So like, hey, Siri, send text message to Phil Aubrey.
Yeah.
Hey, Aubrey, like you don't like that.
Yeah, I'd be the guy that you end up getting the word period at the end, like, for
Oh,
like
yeah,
this
when you say period,
exclamation
it
mark.
says period,
Yeah,
yes.
that kind of thing.
I just don't even leave voicemails anymore, because it's like if I phone, say, Phil, and I don't get an answer, I get his voicemail. I'm not going to, like, he's already saw that I called, so I'll just address it with a text message. I'll say, hey, buddy, sorry I missed you.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
No, I have never had a voicemail from you, and you have never had a voicemail from me.
No.
Never.
I'll
Yeah.
leave a voicemail on occasion, not always.
And gone are the days where people put a lot of work into their voicemails. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up with my first cell phone, and I remember being like so excited to set the voicemail and be like, hi, you've reached Shalinda Kirby. Please leave me a message after the beep.
And you'd keep listening to it, and that's not perfect.
Yes.
It's not exactly how I want
Or
it.
you would record a song with it off the radio,
Or a clip of something. Sure, you're right.
Or you'd get pranked. I hated that time where people would have voicemails where you would call them and they'd be like, after this, and then, haha, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they go, hello?
Yes.
Hello?
That's what they
yes,
did.
yes,
As
where they
if
would think
answered.
yes.
Boy, they really had you fooled.
It was a rough era for poor Kirby.
Honestly, Jody, you just brought up a trigger point for me.
No kidding.
Poncho, who works here at 92.1 City, the guy, God bless him, he used to leave full-blown comedy skits on his voicemail. Like it was like an SNL bit on there. Like, I'm in the
Wait for the
woods.
beep.
Yeah, I'm out in the woods. Unfortunately, I lost my phone under a log. Like it was, but I can't get to. I was like, when is this gonna end? It was like to leave a message for this guy, you had to listen to his 60-second comedy skit.
Well, you
How
still
often
get
did
that.
you update it?
You get that with businesses sometimes when you get in there and they got to give you through the whole
That's
dial
the
on which
worst.
button to hit.
Press 2, and then you're listening so intently, and then you're like, "Oh, I forgot what I was supposed to press for this."
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And if you hit the wrong button and you wind up at the wrong, like you get directed to the wrong place.
Yeah.
How many times, though, you get impatient with that and just hit the 0 because you figure that's going to be the live person? Hey, it's like...
Agent.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
How about that picture on the Boston Pizza text line? The bus sliding into a light standard. Broadway and Main and Broadway.
Oh, right in front of the train station there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a good spot. No. Excuse me.
And
That just came in.
Yeah, and it gives you an idea of how slick it must be because buses, they're on the roads all the time. By and large, they got a pretty good grip on how the roads are and drive accordingly. And I'm assuming the bus driver in this situation, was driving accordingly, but just it was too slippery.
That says a lot, too, about transit drivers because we don't get too many reports of transit accidents. There's 2 this morning. One on Nairn and now that one.
Whenever I'm like around a bus, like I'm always like very like, yeah, you go. You got a schedule.
They love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people will do that. Like you just and the
Common
buses,
courtesy.
The buses will give you the flashing lights to let you know thank you very much. Because basically people are waiting for the bus somewhere, and they're trying to stay on time for these people who are outside waiting for the bus. So the better they can stay on schedule, the better the better it is for everyone.
I miss taking the bus sometimes.
Yeah.
I used to take the bus to our old workplace in the morning.
Yeah, you did.
Or not in the morning, but home from the show.
Mm-hmm. Remember that time I drove by you
at the bus
and
stop?
tried to pick you up and you ignored me?
Well, I mean, I was just waiting with everybody else for the bus, and this man in a truck drives
Kirby!
up, yelling out the window.
Honking.
It was the most
I was
Weirdest thing. You
I don't
used
know
to,
him.
Used to cab in the morning and then take a bus home.
Yes, because I couldn't justify paying for parking downtown when I live 4 minutes away.
I understand.
This was the retirement plan for Kirby, the dollars and cents that you were saving.
Yes.
Let me tell you now. And the best part was Joe used to be one of our managers over at the old job.
Yeah.
And so Joe had to do the paperwork and everything else for Kirby's
I
cabs.
had to give him all the
and her
receipts.
buses.
Let's break this down for everybody, okay? The reason Kirby didn't take her car to work and justify for paying for parking was because she was allowed to take a cab that the company was paying for. But it was only like $10 a day they would give you for the cab, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
'Cause it
I'm
was
only a
close.
short drive. Yeah.
And then you have to take the bus home or find your own means of transportation back. So it was funny because Phil was that mean sometimes. That means of transportation. Not that you were being mean.
Not
No,
very often.
sometimes he
take her.
would give me a ride home once in a while.
But you like the walk, you said too, on the
I
on
did,
the nice
on the
days.
nice days. I loved walking home. Yeah.
But that one day, you didn't want to know me. You like because I was yelling out the window and
It
honking.
was the approach. I'm
And-
sure your kids
Yes.
would relate.
I was
Like
it was-
dropping them off at
It's
school.
like, oh my God, that's not my dad.
I was so hurt. I was like 2 lanes over from her. Kirby, come on, jump in. And she like wouldn't look up. She wouldn't look up. There was a homeless guy who was willing to take a ride, but Kirby would not look at me.
Nope.
She's like, I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy.
No, we talked about you after you left.
You know what? You should take the bus tomorrow.
I should.
Yeah, you
should
said
I?
you miss it. Why
Just
not?
get back on the bus.
Transfer.
I need to top up my Pago card.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby Podcast.
Listen, something you need to know too is Hell's Bells is the AC/DC song of the day today. It's going to come up in the 10 o'clock hour, so not too far away. And then 5 o'clock this afternoon with Big Daddy Kane. When you hear it, you text the word win and your name to 762-555. And who knows, you could be the next finalist or winner of the trip by tomorrow to see that band on a 92.1 City World Tour to Nashville.
How exciting.
We get to make a phone call tomorrow to somebody who
I do believe that's how it's coming down.
Wow, that's a fun phone call.
Absolutely.
AC/DC in Nashville. Woo, baby.
Headed into a weekend. Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
the best thing.
What a
Is like
call.
on a Friday. I mean, we might wake you up nice and early, but still.
If you're a finalist, have your phone ready because it is a lot more fun. You know, we were talking about voicemails earlier this morning. Voicemail's fine, and we will find a way to get a hold of you if you're the grand prize winner. But, man, is it a lot more fun to get a live voice.
100%.
Not to state the obvious, but a live voice is more fun than a voicemail.
I prefer voicemails, actually. Just kidding.
I think I'm just going to drop in. A pop in.
You're going by.
You're going
A
by.
pop in. Here's the envelope. Sign here, sir. Like, you know, they do the couriers. They come in, they bring you the slate thing. You just sign off, and they hand you the envelope, the package.
Yeah.
It's usually not a good thing because you probably have to pay, like, you know, an extra fee or something to get the item.
They're gonna think you're a door-to-door salesman, Joe, and they're not gonna answer the door.
Yeah, could be. You got to have the right clipboard for that, though.
And maybe look official.
I don't have the credentials.
You know, Joe, you should get one. I think we have a giant
Lanyard.
check.
Lanyard. A giant
The
check.
giant check, and we'll just
For AC/DC tickets.
What is this? The Publishers Clearinghouse?
if you show up at someone's front door with a giant check, they're for sure going to answer the
Yeah,
door.
that is true.
Who's
Hold
not?
on.
That's very true, actually.
Now we got to
Right?
go rent a van to put this thing in. Or
Move
what?
that bus.
Sounds like you got a few things to do today, Joe.
Yeah.
Not quite as busy as Kirby because
No.
she's been updating you on her day.
I'm telling
all
you.
day, all morning long.
I really.
All I did was share something out loud, and I regret it ever since.
Why would you regret it?
All I said was.
Joe's reaction
All
sometimes
I
is so
said,
good.
everybody was quiet in the studio. Okay, we're all working away,
And you
doing our
couldn't
thing.
handle that.
You're
I
not-
couldn't handle my thoughts
No.
alone, so I had to speak out loud, which is common.
Are
And
you gonna tell? Are you gonna tell the whole story though, or just the part you want to tell?
well, I'm going to tell my part.
Okay, and then I'll tell the real story.
And
Go
all
ahead.
I said, I
All
don't
you
need an
said.
interpreter, okay?
All you said. Here we go.
was I have to swing by the bakery today to pick up some buns because I'm making chili for a friend of mine.
Yes, it started with, oh, there's a new store in St. Boniface,
A new bakery.
a new bakery. And I said, oh, good, but you have a couple of favorite spots to go to already. And then I got to go buy some bread because I'm going to make some chili for a good friend of mine today. And I said, that's fantastic, Kirby. I don't know what else I was supposed to respond to.
You said, that's great. Sounds like you got a real busy day.
Yeah, real busy day. That's true.
Real busy day. Heavy emphasis on real busy.
Sarcasm.
And I'm telling you, if you've
sarcasm.
ever made chili from scratch, it takes up some time.
Hold on. It's from scratch. So you're not putting any beef in there.
No, just a lot of beans.
You're putting beans and vegetables. So they come in a can or come in a bag. What's scratch?
What's the scratch
Are you
part?
putting it in a slow cooker?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you make your own sauce for it, or how do you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, with tomato. You
That's
like
nice.
okay.
So that's what I'm saying.
Food processor.
I said you got a real busy day.
One hell of a day.
You know,
I don't know how you're
Here's
going
the
to
best
jam
part.
it all in.
You didn't ask me what I was doing today.
no, because you're busy all the time.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.